let's stay right there. Music and entertainment. The music that we have today, is it positive or negative? So, if that's our culture, why we don't have nothing that's positive? Why is it negative?
Man,
Huh? Ain't nobody leading it. So they tell you that really ain't our culture.
right.
We didn't learn that from God.
Right.
We learned that from the enemies.
Right.
Because before you walked up, we learned that God got what? Enemies. And people that hate him. And their job is to make us go against our God.
Right.
Or they're going to say, every day the Sabbath day. How can every day be the Sabbath day? Think about it. Let's read on and see. Watch this.
Verse 9. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
See, that show you right there that every day can't be the Sabbath. Or any day can't be the Sabbath. Because it says 6 days you got to work and do all your labor. But the Sabbath day you rest. So the Sabbath day is what? A rest day. That's the day you're supposed to rest out of the week. One day out of the week, supposed to rest. Why do we rest on the Sabbath day? Why do we rest? Do anybody know why we rest on the Sabbath day? Let's find out. Give me that in Genesis. Watch this.
The book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day, God ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the 7th day.
So even God rested on the 7th day. So why we don't rest on the Sabbath day? Why do we work 7 days a week? Why? Why do we work 7 days a week when God himself even took a break on the 7th day and rested? That's the reason why we should be rested on the Sabbath day, because God rested himself on the Sabbath day. Is that it? Read on.
And he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which God had created and made.
So God sanctified this day. He set that day apart from every other day.
Right.
My brother, right here in the black shirt talking to Officer Gershon. Let me ask you a question, but real quick. It ain't gonna take long. Real quick, ask you a question. Matter of fact, what's your name first? Andrew Smith.
Yes, sir.
Come on,
Yeah.
man. Get in the shade. Man. Let's highlight that. Come on, get in the shade, bro.
How y'all doing?
All right, bro. How you doing? I'm Malachi. All right, so we going over a certain day that God said he sanctified. Do you know what the word sanctified means?
Yes.
What do it mean? Sanctified.
Sanctified.
Yeah. What does that word mean? Sanctified.
Saved. Sanctified.
Yeah. We would think it would mean saved, but it just means separate. Separate. So I'm gonna read it to you again. I want you to listen to what the scripture says. Watch this.
The book of Genesis chapter 2 and verse 1.
Right up.
Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day God ended his work which he had made. And he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. And God blessed the 7th day.
So he said God blessed the 7th day. Watch this.
And sanctified it.
And sanctified it. So what day is that? Do you know?
7 days, Sunday.
Watch this. You say Sunday, right? Watch this. Go back to Exodus. Watch this. So let's see what this 7th day is that God blessed and sanctified. Watch this. Got that? Exodus 20. And then I want you to pull your calendar out. Watch this.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
Right up.
Remember the 7th day to keep it holy.
So he said, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Holy and sanctified mean the same thing. It just means separate. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So he said 6 days so you labor and do all your work, right? Read.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
It said the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. The same Sabbath day we just read about in Genesis at the very beginning. The same 7th day. Read.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
So he said on that day you shouldn't do any work, right? Now pull your phone back out and go to your calendar. You said the 7th day is Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So go to the calendar and see what the 7th day is on the calendar. Because we all got the same calendar. It's the same calendar even from back then.
Bring it out.
Same days. Ain't nothing changed.
Right.
So according to the calendar, what's the 7 day? The 7th day of the week. Every week you got 7 days. What's the first day? Every week.
Bring it out.
It's an S at the beginning, it's an S at the end.
Yeah, Sunday.
So Sunday is the first day.
Right.
So what's the 7th day? Saturday. What's today?
Saturday.
So today is the Sabbath day.
Right.
Today is the 7th day.
That's
and
right.
what God said we should be doing on that day? Resting. We shouldn't be buying. Matter of fact, we shouldn't be selling it because if we was resting, they should be resting.
Right.
So if everybody rests on the 7th day, I mean the stores will be open. So it means something else with the 7th day, right? I'm gonna read. Hold on, before you leave, I'm gonna read it real quick. Before you leave, give me that in Nehemiah. Watch this. Before you leave, I'm gonna read this to show the connect between the two. Watch this. Nehemiah.
Bring it out.
Watch this.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 10 and verse 31.
Bring it out.
And if the people of the land, being where are any victuals on the Sabbath day.
So I'm talking about the Sabbath day. It said if the people of the land bring wear, clothing, or victuals, meaning food and items, right? They bring it on the Sabbath day
To sell,
to sell it to us, right?
that we will not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day.
So on the Sabbath day, there's two things we shouldn't be doing. We shouldn't be working, and what else according to that? Selling or what? Or buying.
Right.
So this is God's holy day that He sanctified Himself because He rested on that day as well.
Right.
But He gave that to us now. But who is that us that God is talking about? Who is that us? It's the Israelites.
That's right.
You are Israelite.
Right.
The so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we are the Israelites.
Right.
God gave this stuff to us and nobody else. God gave it to us. So, hey, when you get it, check that flyer out, bruh, and read it, bruh. So, like I said, God gave His commandments to the Israelites. Let's read that real quick in Psalms. Hey, come on up, bruh. My brother with the Jordan on. The Jordan. Come on up, bruh. Come on up. He probably won't move your car first, man. I don't know if somebody in there or not. Okay. Come on up. What's your name? I see you pulled up, so you familiar with us, huh?
Yeah.
Come on, I can say you, bro. My name Malachi. Renato?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that we the Israelites, correct? So you familiar with it, right?
Yeah.
So how long you been on?
I mean, I recently just, I've been whitewashed too, you know what I mean? So I
Right.
just really just, see what's going on.
Yeah, we all been whitewashed. It's all over the world.
Right.
So we all been whitewashed. But so Nisha, come on down. I'm gonna talk to you two at the same time. So we've been whitewashed, right? Because we believe that Jesus is what color?
White.
White. We believe Jesus is white. But how can a white man really disguise himself amongst Egyptians? Think about that for a second. What color are the ancient Egyptians? I'm gonna let my sister answer. What color are the ancient Egyptians?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure? You don't know?
I kind of like think about it, but I'm not sure.
Okay, where is Egypt?
Like in Africa.
In
right?
Africa.
Okay.
What color people mainly cover their land mass?
Golden people.
Golden or dark
Yeah,
skinned,
they
brown
tan real
people.
quick, like me.
You know what I'm saying? Melanated people.
Yeah.
Right.
So if Egypt are melanated people, right? And let's get there real quick in Matthew, where He told them to go flee, right? I think it's Matthew 2:13. Let's see. So Joseph, that's Jesus' daddy, right? Y'all familiar with Mary and Joseph, right? Everybody should know about Mary and Joseph. You know about Mary and Joseph? Okay. So an angel came to them and told them to flee somewhere. Watch it. Read it.
The book of Matthew, chapter 2 and verse 13. And when they were departed, behold, the angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream, saying, Arise, and take the young child and his mother, and flee into Egypt, and be thou there until I bring thee word.
Now He told them to flee to Egypt, right? So that means they had to go hide. He said, stay there until I tell you to come back. They had to go hide among other dark-skinned people. So if Jesus' parents took him to Egypt to go hide, how can they look like this? They went amongst other Egyptians. to hide. Yeah, I'm not that good at history, but I've never seen a white Egyptian.
Right now.
I've never seen a white Egyptian.
Bring it
Right?
up.
Never, never. So we've been whitewashed, like you said, bro. They washed our mind to make us think that Jesus was white.
Right.
So if they lied to us about Jesus' color, it's the color itself. What else have they lied to us about?
Right out.
Everything. I'm gonna show you what they hid from us. Give me that in Psalms, I think it's 83. No. Psalm, what they say they hid the judges. Huh? 83, yeah. Psalm 83, watch this. Let's see what they hid from us. Watch this. Psalms 83. Get it? It's like 5. Yeah, just start at 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Asking God to don't be silent.
Right out.
He praying for something. He praying for something, but we got to figure out what this something means. He said, don't be silent, God. Don't hold your peace. Hold your peace means don't talk. But he said, don't hold your peace. Watch this, read.
Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate.
Oh. Did y'all know that God had enemies? You know that God had enemies? And this ain't enemy. Listen real clearly. Watch this, read.
Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
He said, your enemies, God, make a tumult. Your enemies. God got enemies. Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
It's people that hate God. Do you love God? Do you love God? Do you love God? But God said the ones that hate you, read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
They lifted up their head. Meaning they got a leader and they lifted him up. Read.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
And they say they take the crafty counsel against God's people. Who are God's people? Hold it and get that. Who are God's people? But what did God call the Israelites? Israelites.
That's right.
You understand it? Did you know that? Did you know that God's people were the children of Israel?
That God's children were the children of Israel?
Yeah, did you know that?
Where's Israel?
Well, it's not a where, it's a who. Who is Israel? It's a question. Not where. Because Israel was a person before it was a place.
Right.
So who is Israel? Let's see, read that. Got that? Read. No, my people. Matthew 2, yeah. My people, Matthew 2. Let's see who God's people, like he says they thy people, right? Read that.
The book of Matthew chapter 2 and verse 6. And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are not the least among the princes of Judah. For out of thee shall come a governor.
So he says, out of thee shall come a governor, which is Christ.
That shall rule my people.
Who is God's people?
Israel.
God's people are Israel.
That's right.
That's who God's people are. He didn't say everybody.
Right.
My people, everybody. He said my people who?
My people?
Israel.
Right.
Right. Now go back to Psalms. Read that.
Psalms chapter 83 and verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
So he said those enemies, the ones that hate God, took crafty counsel against his people. Who is his people again, my sister? Israel, right? Read.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
He said it consulted against the hidden ones. So who is the hidden ones? White. Nope. The same people. Israel.
Right.
His people. Those are the hidden ones. Because why? I'm going to show you why we know it's the hidden ones. What's your nationality, sis?
I'm brown.
What's your nationality?
Black.
What's your nationality? Huh?
Black and brown.
Black and brown. So why did none of y'all say Israel? Because they hid it. They hid it. Watch it. Watch it. Keep reading. They're going to say it. Watch this.
Verse 4. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
He said, come let us cut them off from being a nation. Watch this.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
You forgot it was your last name.
Right.
You forgot that was your nationality. They cut it off. How did they cut it off?
Right out.
How did they cut it off? They beat it out of us.
Right.
You never seen the movie Roots? It's an old movie. Probably came out like in the 80s, maybe early 90s. It was a scene where he was like, what's your name, boy? He was whooping across his back. You probably seen that just that one little clip on the internet. He said, my name Toby. No, he said, my name Kunta Kinte. He said, no, your name is Toby. What's your name, boy? And he beat him until he finally said what? Toby. So his name probably was Kunta Kinte Israel. But they beat him till he was Toby Johnson.
Right out.
You know what I'm saying? Watch this. The Bible wants to talk about that. Yeah, Deuteronomy 28. Watch this. Watch this.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 37.
Before I read this, why did this happen to us? I want y'all to answer that.
So we the chosen ones.
We are the chosen ones, but why did it happen? So
For getting us to believe in what we really believe. That's the beat.
yeah, that happened too. But God is in control of everything, whether we believe it or not. God controls all the good and all the evil that happens amongst all this earth. So why would God allow this to happen to His people? Because God chose us. Matter of fact, let me get that first. Give me that Deuteronomy 76. God chose us because He loved us above everybody else. I'm gonna show you that real quick. Read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Holy means separate. He said we separate to Him amongst everybody else. How you know we separate? Because we look the best, we sing the best, we the best athletes, best actors, best lawyers, best doctors, we the best everything.
That's right.
God made us to be better. That's why He said we holy. Read.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee.
He said God chose you like today. When you put on your clothes, you chose that today. Out of all the clothes in your closet, you chose that shirt you put on, right? You chose that hat to put on. God said He chose us. Read.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto Himself.
He said a special people to Himself. Watch this.
Above all people.
Wait, you gotta read that slow. Read.
Unto Himself. Above.
Above. What's higher than above? What is higher than above? Nothing. Nothing. So God said He chose us to be what?
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
He said He chose us to be above every single other nation on this earth. God made 18 nations. 18 nations. He chose us to be above all of them. Because of why? Read.
Verse 7. The Lord did not set His love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number than any people.
He said His love on us. He said He didn't do it because we was more than everybody. Read.
For ye were the fewest of all people.
We were the fewest of all people. Read.
But because the Lord loved you, and because He would keep the oath which He had sworn unto your fathers.
God said He loves you. That's why He chose us. He loves us. So back to my question. If God chose us and loved us so much, why did He allow this to happen? Why did He allow this to happen?
Rivers of living water. Hey, I see you watching the video. Why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Matter of fact, why don't you like, subscribe, and share. IUIC Mississippi burning. Like, subscribe, and share. Even comment.
There should be a question in your mind. It should have been there since you started learning about slavery. Like, why did that happen? Why? Give me that Deuteronomy 28. Give me 48. 45. Watch this. Give me 45 real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
So this is a curse, right? This is something bad. Watch this.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
And that's why it happened. Why did it happen? I want to see y'all paying attention. Why did that happen? Because of what? I'm reading. I want to read it slow. I want y'all to pay attention. Read 45 again.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee.
So He said all these curses in this book, Deuteronomy 28. Put that chapter in y'all mind. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Put that in the mind so you can go back and read it. But He said all these curses that's in that chapter is going to overtake us and pursue us. Read.
Excuse me. Till thou be destroyed.
Until we are destroyed. Not destroyed physically because we still here, right? We are destroyed mentally. So we don't know who we are. We forgot we were Israel. That destroyed us. All this stuff happened. It destroyed us, and it took our brain. It took the actual thought that God put in us. It took it away. So we got beat so much. Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the...
Because. So here's the reason why. Here's your answer. Because
thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Because we didn't want to listen to God. That's why it happened.
Right.
This happened because we wanted to listen to our own mind.
Right.
We didn't want to. We didn't care what God said. We didn't care nothing about God's word. We wanted to do what we wanted to do, and God said, "Okay, because you want to do what you want to do, I'm gonna do this to you."
Right.
So this is a punishment from God.
Right up.
This is a punishment. It's a hard pill to swallow. I know it. When I first heard it, it was hard for me too. It was hard for me to swallow the pill that, dang, God did this to us because we didn't listen. But do y'all have kids? Do you have kids? You got nephews, nieces?
I have nieces.
Anything like that, little cousins? So if you told your nieces, nephews, little cousins to do something, right, and they didn't do it, would you reward them? You wouldn't reward them. You wouldn't give them the world if they didn't obey your word.
Right.
You said, hey, look, you need to do this and do it by this. And they said, nah, I ain't doing that. I'm not going to do that. Why would I give them the world? God said he made what we standing, he made this for us.
Right.
God made the world for us.
Right.
And it was supposed to be given to us. But we didn't want to listen to God. We wanted to be disobedient, rebellious against our God that made all this for us. So he said, okay, since you want to do that, I'm going to take it away and give it to somebody else.
Right.
Keep on reading. Watch this.
To keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee.
So that's part of it. By listening to God's word, you also got to keep his commandments. We didn't want to do none of that. We said, nope, your commandments, I don't like them. I like what the white folks doing. Let's go do what they doing instead.
Right.
I like what the Arabs doing. Let's go do what they doing instead. I want to do what the Chinese man do. Let's go do what they doing. I don't want to do what God say do. I want to do what everybody else doing.
Right.
Do you believe that sense? Do you believe that we as far as blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, we do what everybody else do? Because think about this. What is our heritage?
Right.
Anybody else? What is our heritage? What is black culture? What is it? What is it?
A lot.
A lot. What is it? Name some stuff. It's a lot. You should name one real quick.
I'm looking at it.
Think about it. Who? Athletic. So we taking over the sports world. Okay, that's our culture.
Music and entertainment.
Music, entertainment. Let's stay right there. Music and entertainment. The music that we have today, is it positive or negative? So if that's our culture, why we don't have nothing that's positive? Why is it negative?
Right.
Huh?
Nobody leaving.
Ain't nobody leading it. So it tells you that it really ain't our culture.
Right.
We didn't learn that from God.
Right.
We learned that from the enemies.
Right.
Because before you walked up, we learned that God got what? Enemies. And people that hate him. And their job is to make us go against our God.
Right.
That's their main objection. To make us go against our God. So they put the music out there. Like, I'm going to start with the women. Now we got female rappers. They the hottest thing out right now. Female rappers. What do they talk about?
Being the baddest, money, getting in the bag.
Being the baddest, getting to the bag. What else they talk about? It's one rapper that she like probably the hottest one out right now, Sexy Red. What she talk about? Her what? Her pussy. Her coochie. We'll say that word. Her private parts. That's all she talk about.
Right.
So you got kids listening to that.
Right.
Should kids be knowing about that stuff?
Bring it up.
Kids should be knowing about that stuff.
Right.
You got what's the other girl from Memphis? Glorilla. What do she do? She talk about the same stuff. She prance around with the shorts on, showing her. She call it a moose knuckle. You know what I'm saying? Kids should be looking at that.
Right.
Women should be looking at that. Women should have that thought process. Think about it. Give me that in 1 Corinthians. When you listen to something so much, what happens to your brain?
Bring it up.
That's why it's on the radio.
That's why it's on the radio. Matter of fact, he walked up and said you was whitewashed, right? This is whitewashing too.
Right.
When you listen to these black artists talk about gun violence, smoking weed, killing people, showing their private parts. That's whitewashing our brain to be like, it's normal.
Right.
We should do that. We should all have this mindset. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
It says evil communications. None of those things that those rappers talk about is good. All of it is evil. It said evil communications corrupt good manners. So let's say at one point you were you didn't think about picking up no guns. You didn't have no hatred for your brothers. You weren't thinking about dressing properly. Your mindset wasn't putting blonde hair in your head. It was all natural, kinky hair, you know, dressing moderately. That was your thought process. When you start listening to this music and start seeing these artists that's making all these money, dress half naked, talk about their private parts, talk the men talking about the ops killing a nigga, your mind gonna start thinking that way too. So that's also brainwashing or whitewashing, because it ain't the thoughts of God. Let's see what good. I said good and evil, right? Let's see what God called good. Even in the Romans, what does God call good? Because you would say, like, if I ask you, what is sin? What would you say?
Something bad.
Something bad. So something the opposite of good, right? So you be like, okay, something bad. So if I want to know what is bad, I need to find out what's good first, right? So I can know what not to do, right? Watch this, read.
The book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore, the law is holy.
So the law of God is holy. I mean, we learned what holy was earlier. You want to hear? Holy just means separate. That's what it means. So it said the law of God is holy. Read.
Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy.
The commandments are also holy. Watch this.
And just.
And they just.
And good.
And good. So the commandments and the laws are what? And what? I'm going to read it again. I want y'all to tune in with me. I'm going to read it again.
Romans chapter 7 and verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy.
The law.
And the commandment holy.
The commandments.
And just and good.
They are just and good. So if you want to do something good, you got to be doing the commandments and the laws.
Right.
That's the only way to be good.
Right.
There's no other way to be good than to keep the commandments and the laws. Now, let's circle back to what we talked about earlier. Why did it happen to us? Why did God allow this to happen?
Disobey him.
Disobey him is what? His laws and his commandments.
Right.
So, we didn't want to do the good things that God gave us. We want to do the evil things or the bad things, which is sin. So if you're doing anything outside of God's commandments or his laws, you in sin. Let me show you that. Read that. 1 John. Yeah, hold on, 20. 1 John 4, 3 and 4. 4 and 3. Watch this. So I said that sin is doing anything outside of God's commandments, right? Because you said anything is bad. And you correct. Watch this.
The book of 1 John chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
It said, whosoever commits sin transgress also the law. What is transgression? Anybody can answer. Transgression. Disobedience, yeah. So going against something. So it says, read again.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law.
It says, whoever commits sin transgress also the law. Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is the transgression of the law. So if you going against God's laws, hold on, bro. We getting somewhat good right now. We getting somewhat good. Y'all trying to leave.
Yeah, I got it.
I got you. Oh, you can leave after this. I ain't gonna hold you long. So I just want to make sure y'all understand what sin is. Because do you want to be in sin? You don't want to be in sin, right? So you got to understand what sin is. Because if you out here sinning, you don't know it. What's gonna happen when God come back? Is he gonna say, well, y'all didn't know, so y'all good? Is he gonna say that? He's not, because it's our job to find out. We're in the world of technology right now. We can look up what it's sin. But we out here coming to y'all face to face to give it to you for free. All you gotta do is stand there and you'll learn. It's literally all you gotta do. You gotta do no work. Just stand there and you're gonna learn. What is the nation?
nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.